Hey guys, it is Dan here and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're here for episode 9 of my Sheffield United career mode on FIFA 20. Now if you did miss last episode, don't worry, you didn't miss much. Now we came into episode 8 with lots of high hopes from episode 7. We won all 3 of our games. In episode 8 though, we collapsed. We did collapse in front of everybody against Man United, Wolves and in the cup against Crystal Palace. We just dissolved into nothing, which is why we're here today against Norwich, away from home, and they are 3rd in the league table. But if you are new to the channel, please hit that like button and also subscribe. It does help me out a lot, and this continued support in the series is much appreciated by myself. I cannot thank you guys enough. So before we go into this match against Norwich, I'm going to give you the opportunity to decide who I sign for the January transfer window. Now I've decided we're going to go for maybe a defender and also a midfielder. Now we've got 3 defenders to choose from. We've got Max Aarons, Reece James and Fikayo Tomori. I've butchered that name, I know. If there's any other way I could say it, let me know in the comments. But we've got these 3. There's a poll up in the top right now if you'd like to vote on it, and that will be who we sign in the January transfer window. So for the midfielders, I'm going to give you the choice of David Brooks. He was here before he moved to Bournemouth, I believe, and now do we want him to move back? Vote in the top right. We've also got John McGinn, who can control the midfield, but also you can go for Lewis Ferguson, who is 20 years old, from Aberdeen. He can possibly have a change in the team, or you can decide to vote for Mason Greenwood, 67 rated. He played against us, he scored 2 goals against us. I had him on since the first few episodes on the shortlist. If you want me to sign either of these guys, vote in the top right. And if there's anyone else you want me to sign, let me know down in the comments, because there will be a few episodes where we're still in the window. So if you want me to sign anyone else, let me know. Now I don't want to do too many signings in the January window, maybe 2. Limit it to about 2. They could possibly change the season. Maybe a few players on loan as well, possibly. And then summer can be our game. So that's enough of me rambling on. We're going to go into this match against Norwich away in December, where our fixtures start to get a bit closer together, and it's a lot of rotational squads. We're going to go into this match and hopefully we can take the win for the first time in 3 games. The Norwich lineup today: McGovern is in goals with Byram, Zimmerman, Godfrey and Hayes at the back. In the midfield, in the CDM positions, we've got Gerhard and Amadou. Buendia, Stiepermann and Cantwell are in the midfield, and Idea is up top. With our lineup, we've got Henderson in goals, Baldock, Egan, O'Connell, Jagielka and Stevens at the back. In the midfield, running with Morrison, Fleck and Norwood. And up top, we've got Robinson and Muse. Buendia picks it up on the right hand side, hoping to spark the first attack of the match. He tries a 1-2 with his midfielder, but he actually has done it. He crosses into the box. We can get it away with O'Connell. And now we get our first touches of the match. Idea in towards Stiepermann once again. Stiepermann plays it back into Idea, and it's hit the bar. Hayes into Cantwell once again, playing a 1-2. And again, it's out wide on the left hand side, into the box. Can Henderson deal with it? No, he can't. I don't know what's going on there. Norwich have scored, and Henderson just decides, you know what, I'm just going to let that go over my head. Norwich have scored, and their player's going mental. It's like it's his first goal ever. Buendia for Norwich wins the header, puts him 1-0 up, 25 minutes in. Look at this, the ball was in, and Henderson was just like, right, I'm just going to leave it. We tried to get it with O'Connell, I believe it was, or it was Egan, but we're 1-0 down. Muse gets us back underway. But what do you know, we're losing once again. Going to be a good cross into the box. It's cleared away by O'Connell, and now we can possibly counter. I've said that many's a time. Fleck on the ball now into Bramall Morrison. Morrison can find Muse. Now it's into Robinson once again. He can try beat the defender. Can Callum Robinson plays it inside to Bramall Morrison. He's away from goal. Morrison hits it into the back of the net. We've equalised in the 34th minute, I believe it is. Bramall Morrison puts that into the back of the net. He buries it past the keeper for Norwich. They're not playing the normal keeper anyway, I've noticed that. Morrison doesn't need a second time of asking as he slots that home for 1-1. Norwich striker Ida plays it in to Morrison with that header. Norwood plays it inside in towards Muse. He takes a touch, he bangs it. It's straight at McGovern. And on the brink of half-time, it stays 1-1 from that Mousse shot. And now Ida can play it back. Highs into the box, into Stephen. He's taking a touch. He's hit the post in the process as well. Ever so close. Out to Cantwell. Highs. Cantwell now again. They're playing nice football here. They've played inside the team of Pukki. Now Stephen once again. That's a ball over the box. And Buendia has scored for Norwich. And we really need to change this game. The defence were wide open once again. That was a problem in the last episode as well. As Norwich put themselves 2-1 up with Buendia once again. Look at this. Pukki and Stephen played a through ball. And the through ball into Buendia. The defender was unable to get on the right side. Jagielka lacking once again. Buendia had an open net. And second goal of the game for him. His 8th goal this season. And he is on form. Can try through ball. He's turned. His man has Stevens. I think that was Buendia. The goal scorer got turned there. Stevens into the centre. He's had a hit. And it's wider goal. We're looking more attacking so far, even though it's just been one attack. Todd Cantwell is coming off for Tony Villa or Villa. I don't know how you're meant to say that. Fleck turns inside. Can play it into Mousse. Tries a through ball. And it doesn't work out. Baldock keeps the ball in though and can find Fleck once again. Fleck inside. In towards Sharp. He takes a few touches. Does Billy Sharp. He's on the edge of the box. He can try play it inside. He does so. And the keeper is out just before Robinson can get to the ball. Tony Villa or Villa, I don't know what I meant to say, but he's out wide. He can play it through into Highs. He assisted the first goal. It's into the box. Can be cleared away by O'Connell. Gerhardt now can find Buendia looking for his hat-trick. He's turned the defence once again into Pukki. And it is a Pukki party right now. He puts them 3-1 up. And they really are performing in the Premier League this season, are Norwich. Their first attack since their last goal. And they've gone and scored. Fleck picks up the ball in the centre. Can he get a runner through the middle? McBurney still isn't making these runs, but Fleck's going for it himself. John Fleck can turn, play it back into Osborne. Can find McBurney. Can Osborne. He's going to play it back to the edge of the box. John Fleck's there. He can play it back into Ravel Morrison. He scored the first goal, Morrison. Can he score the second? He hits it into McGovern. It's a goal. Callum Robinson gets the ball and can push for another goal. It's 3-2 in this match. And we've scored in the last few minutes. I don't know if we're going to be able to get a goal back to equalise the game. That's Robinson's 4th goal this season. It's the 90th minute we scored in, and I think that is going to be filtered. It is indeed. We can't even get another attack to try get an equaliser. And we're still on this losing streak. I don't know when it's going to end. Norwich, though, are a good club. Well, so far this season, they just seem to be on form, especially at home. With the home fans behind them, they just perform very, very well. And they've shown that today in front of ourselves. We're just a bit too far behind for them. But hopefully we can get up to their standard soon. For once, it was the opposition that had more shots than ourselves. We had the same on target though. Norwich were more clinical. And that's why they won. Robinson gets a 9.4 rating and also man of the match, even though we lost. The goals today coming from Robinson and Morrison, 2 for Buendia and 1 for Timu Pukki. McGovern made 4 saves today. Dean Henderson only made 3. If he had made 4 though, what could have been? A difficult game today. The players seem to be lacking in confidence. Yeah, after a few games we are lacking in confidence a bit. I'll just say low confidence after the last few matches, and her heads dropped after we conceded. But hopefully that can change in the next few matches. It seems to be a rollercoaster ride for all the fans. Buendia was one of the best players of the opposition. Is our inability to stop him the reason behind our failure? I was going to say concentrate on what we can do better ourselves. We can try and make runs. McBurney came on the pitch and just didn't make a run through. That's what I wanted. At least Mousse does that very well, which is why I like him so much. That is all our questions done. And we've got to go back to the drawing board once again. So our next match is at home at Bramall Lane against Aston Villa. We've got a press conference beforehand. We're going to attend this and see what they have to say, see what they have to ask us before this match. How will you approach the upcoming match? We must not underestimate them. We've underestimated a few of our opponents, and that has come back to bite us, just like Norwich and just like Crystal Palace in the previous episode as well. We've been able to avoid the bottom of the table so far this season. Does your team have what it takes to keep this momentum going? I hope the whole squad can help us. I'll say that. We just need to rotate now because we've got a match against Newcastle in a few days, which is what we really need to watch out for. Our side have had a bit of a mixed bag in terms of results. You'll see what we're made of when we actually get the players together and to play well. I'm 100% sure our form will improve, and you will see what this team is made of soon enough. That is our questions done for this press conference. And hopefully they don't write many bad stories about me, which I'm sure they have been because of our results. But we've got this match against Aston Villa. Let's go into it and hopefully we can get a win or get some points, because we were so close against Norwich, we just weren't close enough. It is another day full of rain once again, probably after our last match, with tears from myself after that previous game, as we head into this match at Bramall Lane against Aston Villa. Hopefully a side we can take 3 points from today. If not, we will really be worried for the rest of the season. Wesley is a player to watch for Aston Villa today. Never heard of him before. He's Brazilian, maybe that's why. Norwich has moved up to the top of the table on 32 points, so yeah, they could be the total underdogs. So our lineup today at home: Henderson obviously starts in goals, the main man. Freeman, O'Connell, Egan, Bryan and Osborne are at the back. Morrison, Besic and Freeman are in the midfield. McBurney and Mousse start up top today. I've mixed up the side just a little bit. We've got a game against Newcastle in a few days, so I don't want all the main players to be playing in this one. Kalinic is playing in goals for Aston Villa. Boro, Konza, Engels and El Hamadi are at the back for Aston Villa. McGinn, Lopez and Chibola are in the midfield. Jota, Wesley and Treze are up top for Aston Villa. Some of these names I really am going to struggle to pronounce, but Ollie McBurney gets us underway for this home match, the first one of this episode. Hopefully it can bring some luck. It's actually stopped raining now, I think, or has it? I'm unsure, but nevertheless, we're up against this Villa side with names that I'm not going to be able to say properly, as Freeman loses the ball to El Mohammadi. Ravel Morrison can find Kieran Freeman. The ball's through into Ravel Morrison once again. Scored in the last match, but he can now play it back into Freeman. Once again to Morrison. We're just going to play 1-2s here. He can play it back into McBurney. McBurney can play the through ball. It's into Freeman. Luke Freeman in the middle of the box. It falls to Mousse once again. It's deflected wide by their centre back, and he's there clapping happily enough. Mousse hits it, or actually hit their keeper. So he's clapping at the keeper. Freeman can whip in this cross onto the head of Egan. It's only as far as the touchline once again. Freeman picks up the ball once again. Tries to play it up the pitch. He has done so, but it's a poor pass. Is this Maxime Lopez? I think it is. Now Wesley can find Lopez once again. Out wide now to Osborne, can defend from Jota. It's into the box. It can be cleared by Egan. And we can finally get this ball away. Besic can clear into Ravel Morrison. And now we can sense an attack. Morrison over the top into Leith Mousse. He's taking it down quite well. Has Mousse. He's got the ball through into Ollie McBurney. He's taking a touch. Probably a touch too much. If the ball's rolling there, McBurney can't get up quick enough to get the ball. And Kalinic there for Aston Villa. Ever so lucky that McBurney didn't realise the ball's behind him. Or I didn't even realise until it was too late. Mousse wins the ball. But somehow it's a foul on Lopez. We're just not good enough so far, as Lopez can find Wesley. It's in. They're playing 1-2s. McGinn and Wesley. He's on the edge of the box. We need to defend from him. He's actually cut inside of O'Connor. Beautiful save for the left hand of Henderson to tip it over the bar. It's out for a corner kick, and Maxime Lopez, I think it is going to be playing it into the box. It's into the box. It'll be cleared away by Bryan, and now it's fallen to the edge of the box. McGinn can find Lopez once again. Into the box from Lopez. O'Connell can clear, and El Mohammadi has found Treze. It's only as far as Henderson's hands, and we can get the ball away once again. Lopez on the ball in the centre of the park, can find Treze on his left hand side. He's cut inside, has Treze. Back out wide to Chibola. Chibola actually beats one. He can beat another. He can cross it into the box actually. It's cleared away by Bryan. Only as far as Freeman. He can't really clear it at all. Lopez gets his shot blocked, and now Wesley can beat Besic to that. Treze flips over into Lopez. On his left foot, Lopez hits it past Dean Henderson. And we've got a trait now of falling behind in games. I don't think that is Maxime Lopez, but Lopez anyway hits it into the back of the net past Dean Henderson. Look at this. The defence were left open once again. I don't think 5 at the back or 3-5-2 is working. Lopez puts it in the back of the net, and once again we go wondering where we went wrong. as we kick off in this first half. Freeman on the ball in the centre of the park and find Mo Besic, who can run at the Aston Villa defence. He plays out wide, can Mo Besic in towards Lys Mousset. He plays it inside, does Mousset. He wins it back though from the defender. He hits it, Mousset saved by Kalinic. And on the stroke of half time, we were almost able to equalise. It falls into the box and is bounced over the bar. Treze down this left hand side can try play a 1-2 with Chibalais into the box now from Treze and to Wesley. Good save by Henderson. We can try and clear with Osborne. It's fallen to McGinn, who can lay it off to Jota once again. Jota into the box. Can we get it away? No, we can't. It falls to Wesley. And what do you expect? What do you expect? We're 2-0 down to Aston Villa in the second half. And it was a pile up there. Dean Henderson got caught out and Wesley put it in the back of the net. We're just on a losing streak right now. I don't know what it is. Henderson tried to get to it, was unable to. Wesley had an open goal. If he missed it from there, I would have been pretty surprised. Morrison can find Mousset. Mousset can find McBurney. He's going to turn. McBurney plays it through to Billy Sharp. He's away on goal. Billy Sharp slots into the back of the net. We can get the ball. Can we pick it up? No, we can't. Billy Sharp decides not to. But we're back in the game. It's 2-1. Billy Sharp with a goal. Slotted it to the inside of the Aston Villa keeper. He wasn't expecting it. He expected it to be outside of the boot to the outside post, but it wasn't. Billy Sharp confuses the keeper as we get a goal back in this match. It's almost given away to Ollie McBurney. We could have had a happy moment there within about 5 minutes, but McGinn charges up the field. He can play it through. Osborne can win it back, and that's what we want to see here at Sheffield United. Wesley can play the ball through as Tracey loses it. Egan can play it into O'Connell, and we can get the ball up the field once again. Sharp can find Robinson. It's played through into Ollie McBurney. He's actually made a run, has McBurney. Not against the final line of defence, so McBurney turns, can play it through. It's in to Ravel Morrison. He can find Mousset. Mousset on the left foot, puts it in the bottom right corner. We've got a goal back. We've equalised in this match. Lys Mousset, number 22, has sparked the attack there once again. He's got us back in the game, or got us level once again, has Lys Mousset. A lovely ball from McBurney in towards Morrison, or I don't know who it was, but Lys Mousset has equalised, and that's all that I want to see tonight. 71 minutes in, Mousset gets his 5th goal of the season, as we are now 2-2 with Aston Villa. Can we spark the dream comeback to get all 3 points? We'll have to see, but we need to also defend, which is a major issue for myself, but we'll see how it goes. It's now fallen to McGinn once again. John McGinn out wide into Borrell, down the right hand side. Haven't seen him make a run yet. It's back post into Nakamba. It's over the bar. Back into Ravel Morrison. You get to see the run of Billy Sharp. Sharp plays it through. Borrell can intercept that pass. That was going straight to Ollie McBurney. It's into added time now, and we should be able to get a point from this match anyway, as it falls to Lopez, now El Mohammadi, and that is full time. And what a hard game that was. We've drawn 2-2 with Aston Villa, and it's a better result than we expected after we went 2 goals down. We've brought it back, unable to get the win though, but we're still dreading the 3 points. We just need to get the 3 points and we should be sorted. We're going to fall down the table if we just get draws and losses all the time. We had 12 shots to Aston Villa's 9. We had 9 on target to their 7. We were unable to find the back of the net for many occasions of these shots. Player of the match today was Wesley. Kalinic made 6 saves. Dean Henderson made 5. Keepers are kind of equal once again. The board have sent me 2 emails on the same day about youth development and also financial problems, but we should be fine really. Player chat, let's see what they're saying. Jack Gilka wants more game time. He will be getting more game time, to be fair, because we're playing Newcastle in about 3 days, so most of the players will be tired. McBurney's happy to be back in the team. He doesn't mind missing the occasional game, but he needs to play. I'll just say I'm proud of you, mate. But we need to think of the Newcastle match, which will be in a few days. You can just see it here on the 18th. So we've only got about 3 rest days before we go into this match, and this is a big problem for our rotation. And look at that, we've got Brighton in the next episode. It will be on the 21st. We've got another 2 days. So our next and final match of the episode is at home against Newcastle. We've got them at another home game. They're currently, I think, 5th in the table, so we've got to watch out for this performance. It could be like Norwich's, it could be a surprise to ourselves. We're currently in 15th, and that's an okay position for now. We need to start gaining the wins though, which seems to be a problem in the recent matches. Welcome to Bramall Lane once again for the final match in this episode. The skies have gotten better and so have our results. We finally managed to get a point after that match against Aston Villa, and today we're up against, I think it's 5th place Newcastle in the league, so obviously they're going to be playing quite a strong squad. And here is our squad then. Henderson starts in goals, Baldock, Basham, Egan, Jagielka and Stevens are at the back. In the midfield we've got Lundstrom, Fleck and Norwood. Up top today we've got Robinson and the captain, Billy Sharp. Now I'm trying to rotate the squad around because we've got this match against Brighton as well in a few days, so I'm trying to sort that out, and Henderson's quite tired already, so we might have to play Verips in the next match. But Newcastle then, Darlow is in goals for themselves, Manquillo, Lascelles, Bailey, Dummett and Ritchie are at the back. They're playing Matt Ritchie left wing back. Longstaff and Zakaria are in the midfield, and Jolinton and Muto are up top for Newcastle. So they've got 2 Longstaffs on the pitch, which is going to confuse me so much. But into the game we go. You can see the flurry of red hats there in the stands as we group together for some tactics before the match. Hopefully this time it'll actually work. It is Fleck directing the way as we should be getting this game underway. It is Billy Sharp, the captain, the club legend, getting us underway, and hopefully today we can find better results in this final game to put us on a good boost towards episode 10. Lindstrom can find Fleck. Fleck waiting up for the run here. It's in towards Billy Sharp. Billy Sharp can play through into Ollie Norwood. He's away on goal as Ollie Norwood. He's one-on-one with the keeper. He hits it straight at Darlow. He's crossed it back into the box. Manquillo can clear. And oh boy, so unfortunate there for Ollie Norwood. He scored many's a time one-on-one with the keeper, but unfortunately today that was not good enough. As Muto picks up the ball, he can play it in to Zagaria, out wide in towards Matt Ritchie. Don't know why he's playing left wing back, into the box. Jolinton can get to it, or can he? He can, but it's over the bar. Can he have another attack that goes looming? It falls to Billy Sharp. He turns from the defender. Sharp hits it straight at Darlow. It's shot by Lundstrom. Falls to Dummett. And once again, we've got some players open in the box. It falls to Norwood. He takes 2 touches. He hits it. Another save by Darlow. And he's been brilliant this first half. Darlow. It's out wide to Ritchie. And it's straight into Basham. He's lost the ball though to Muto. The ball's through into Jolinton. He's taken a touch. And he's put it past Dean Henderson. But it's offside. Surely that's offside. Yes, it is for Jolinton. And we've gone behind once again for just a moment before it got disallowed. But another shock to the system. Robinson plays it back into Lindstrom. We're waiting for the run now of George Baldock. The right wing back is through on goal. Can he play it into anyone in the centre? Yes, he can. Who's there? Robinson into the back of the net. It's not offside. And we take the lead through Callum Robinson in the 60-odd minute. I don't know exactly the minute. But Robinson there, beautiful ball across the box from Baldock, and Caleb Robinson was there, open, away from his defender, to slot it into the back of the net. Darlow's on the wrong side of the goal, and we've finally taken the lead in a match. How long has it been since that's happened? Quite a few games. 5th goal of the season for Robinson, and we're 1-0 up. Now it's into Okone, he's played it through. There's a ball, going to be played into the box by Muto. Henderson's out, and no way, is that a penalty? Dean Henderson has given away a penalty. He's going to get a yellow. No, he's not. It's just a warning. But 73 minutes in, and Dean Henderson has given away a penalty. He's won the ball, and Jolinton's just jumped over. I think he's dived. As Jolinton will take the penalty into the top left corner. We weren't given much time to think about that. We just got put into the screen like 5 seconds beforehand. Jolinton scores. We were ever so close to getting it. But Newcastle are back in the game for a penalty I don't really think should have been a penalty. We just got put into the screen as Jolinton was running up. That wasn't very fair. We're ever so close to getting it. Henderson shouldn't really be upset from that. It was a good penalty, and they're back in the game, are Newcastle. Once again, we're looking to attack. McBurney can find Lundstrom. Now Muse back into Lundstrom. John Lundstrom, can he hit it first time? Yes, he can. Into the bottom left corner. We're 2-1 up. We've taken the lead once again. John Lundstrom this time. What a run there from Lundstram. What a 1-2 with Lys Mousset. I told you when I brought him on he would change the game just a little bit. And his impact there has made us go 2-1 up. And we're back in the lead of the game. Carl Darlow, ever so close to getting the ball. He wasn't close enough. And he can only blame his defence for that. Can we secure the win today as it's fallen into Fleck? Now into Mousset now. Back into Fleck. He can play through in towards Lundstram once again. Lundstram hits it in the same place as before. And in the 88th minute, we've secured the win. It's 3-1 now to Sheffield United against Newcastle. 5th place, Newcastle have fallen apart. Lundstram gets the goal once again. I shouldn't really have played a through ball there once again. Lundstram megged Dummett, put it in the bottom left corner and says, Darlow, I remember that from before. I'm going to score my 2nd goal of the season against you. We are 3-1 up. And oh boy, am I happy. From added time, Zagaria whips it in. Caruthers can clear only as far as Bailey. He falls to Richie once again. It's deflected. Falls to St. Maximin. Once again, we've conceded. He's going to go grab the ball. And I don't think it's good enough for Newcastle. I think that is going to be full time. As he scored in the 89th minute, or it's added time I think it is actually. That is full time as we pound the ball off Lundstram. We have got a win. How long has it taken me to say that? A good few matches. I think it's at least 5 matches since I've been able to say we've won against that miracle game with Tottenham. But oh boy, am I happy. Lundstram there saving us today. 2 goals from that match. 2 goals in the Premier League now for Lundstram. And Darlow walks away in defeat. So the chief executive has sent me a list of 9 players which their contracts will be running out in 6 months. Any players over 23 can negotiate to join another club on expiry of their contract. So who do we want? We have a lot of players leaving in 7 months, but the main players we need to keep. Ravel Morrison has been important. We can contract negotiation for Ravel Morrison. The first one we've had to do because we obviously didn't sign any players in the summer transfer window, so we've got to keep him. Oh, we're in a restaurant this time to discuss deals with Morrison. Obviously been a good player for our side so far this season. Can he keep it up? Let's look. So they need to be crucial squad role. That is, well, he starts mostly anyway, so we're going to accept that as crucial. There's a lot of competition for places, but I promise I'll give Morrison the playing time you're both looking for. That's what we need to hear. They want a 4-year deal. I can give them a 4-year deal anyway. They might want a bit of more wage, but I'll need to negotiate that with them. They're wanting a 4-year deal. I will give them a 4-year deal. Okay, so they want the wage brought down by 10 grand a week. They want a signing bonus of 210,000, which we can probably give them, and then the appearances for 25 they want 570,000, which I will accept that because it is a good deal really. I mean, they've basically brought down the wage, and with that they've countered that with money, but in turn it brings down the wage, which also brings the board directors happy into it. So another man we need to keep at the club is John Lundstram. So I think this is the final one that I'm going to do. If there's anyone here that you want me to keep at the club, maybe David Parkhouse. He's only 20, he can grow to a good player. We're going to look at contract extensions for Lundstram and also Phil Jagielka as well. We don't want to lose them just yet. Maybe Jagielka might hang up the boots, but we'll offer him an extension anyways, Lundstram. So we're actually in the office this time. They want a rotational squad role, which I can give them because Lundstram, being 68 overall, he's not going to be starting every match, but he has played so well when he has been on. So we're going to accept that rotation. It gives us more leniency when choosing squad lineups as well. They won't get mad if we leave him out for a few games, which is also good. So they were after 4 years on the contract anyway. We're not going to put in a release clause. They do want a release clause of 2 million. What if we counter that release clause with 4 million? Will he still want to play? 4 million on the release clause. I don't know how much he's worth. I should have really checked that. I didn't expect them to want a release clause though. It's not going to work for them. Lundstram is looking for 2 million to consider the deal. I guess we're going to have to accept that. It's a lower in wage, which kind of helps our finances, which means we can give that signing bonus and also the appearances. It'll take a long time to work out though, in the positive, but that's what they want. We've signed John Lundstram again for 4 years. Their agent looks happy. and he also looks a bit happy as well, so we're delighted with that. As we welcome Phil Jagielka and his agent. So they want a crucial squad role for Jagielka. We can give them that because he plays in most matches with the 3-5-2, sorry, but he might be missing some games due to tiredness because he is 37. So we're going to offer him probably a 3-year contract until he's 40. Does he want to stay at Sheffield United? I'm pretty sure this was his first club, and that's what they want. 3 years for Phil Jagielka. So we've been given the wage once again. We're going to offer, he's at 20 grand right now. How would you like it if we brought it down to maybe 17 or 16 grand, 16 and a half grand. Let's see if he'll like that. With a signing bonus, we'll give him a good signing bonus as well. Maybe 40 grand. I mean, the signing bonus for the first one was 210 grand for Ravel Morrison because he actually needed it to stay. We'll go with 40 grand. We'll give him a bonus as well of clean sheets. If he gets 10 clean sheets, we'll also give him a good bonus of 100 grand because we don't seem to be getting any clean sheets so far, so we'll give him that offer. Will they accept it? It's a big loss in the wage of weekly. It's 3.5 grand less than he's on right now. That might hinder him obviously in life, but that's what they want. They're happy with that. We've reduced some of the wages of our players. The directors will be happy, and I'm also happy that we've signed Phil Jagielka on an extension. So Spurs have taken the lead from Norwich on goal difference, as Norwich doing very well in second. Man City and Chelsea are in the rest of the clubs in the top 4. Newcastle, the team we just beat, are in 5th. They continue on in 5th. Ourselves, we're in 11th. We're still ahead of Manchester United even though we lost to them. Only about 4 points away from the relegation zone, which is quite scary, as Crystal Palace still struggling at the bottom with only 8 points. I think they beat us as well, Crystal Palace, which is quite shocking. We've got Brighton, our next team. They are in 17th place, 18 points, only 3 points behind us. But as I said at the start, let me know who you want to sign between these defenders and also the midfielders. I'm going to sign 2 players anyway, but if you want to overrun this poll, let me know in the comments, and if it's a good one, I will consider it. We've got another episode after this before the January transfer window. But anyway guys, that's going to be the end of episode 9. If you have enjoyed it, please remember to hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel. The support has been overwhelming on this series. I hope it continues. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time.